With the seeder problem spilling over into today and our fields still not seeded, it was the perfect day for a visit from the big boss. Mason was in town, and he was headed to the co-op to see how things were going. After spending a boatload of money on getting this place up and running, Mason was going to find out just how expensive farming is. We still needed a lot of things, and I was going to have to somehow tell this guy that just dropped close to $1 million on the co-op that it wasn't enough. Sometimes I feel like this is a losing battle, like we're trying to stay alive, but everyone else knows we're dead. These days almost confirm it. Alright, well, nothing starts off the day like a good breakfast at Willie's. And you need to be somebody who knows somebody in this town to get the breakfast, because they're not even open usually this early, but when you know the cook, it's a really good thing. Let's just say that. But we are headed over to the co-op now. I think that Hank should be there, probably just messing around in the garage. Yeah, I do see his truck up there. So Hank is here. We'll see what he's got going on today. But yeah, we have a big day today, a very important day. Mason is flying in, and he has got a meeting scheduled. So I don't know. That's usually a good thing. That's usually a bad thing. I don't know, because this is the first time we've done it. So I have really no reference, and it's probably the thing that's making me the most anxious. But we're going to see. This fool making all this kind of noise. Let's see what's going on in here.
Well, look who's up and at 'em. How's the morning treating you, Herd? Look like you've already got a few things on your mind.
Yeah, just had breakfast at Willie's. And man, that place can serve up some breakfast. It's an important day, Hank. An important day. Mason called a meeting, and he's flying in today to talk to all of us. So I don't know if that's great or if that's terrible, but I know it's nowhere in between. But you're going to have to stick around for that.
Ah, Willie's, huh? Yeah, they do got the best grub in town. No doubt about that, Herd. And an important day, you say? Well, that's got me curious. Is Mason coming in for a meeting a good thing or a bad thing? As you said, there's bound to be fireworks, so I'm sure to stick around. I ain't got much else to do anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's flying in for nothing. So, I don't know. To tell you the truth, Hank, we need so many pieces of equipment here that I'm hoping he's coming to buy us a bunch of new stuff. But, I mean, I hate to sound ungrateful, but we do need it. And I don't know any other way to get it.
Yeah, you're right about that. We've been piecing things together with what we got, but that only goes so far. Can't keep running on hope. Now with AgMax breathing down our necks. But I hear you, Herd. You ain't ungrateful. You're just looking out for what's best for this place. If Mason's coming to help, well, let's just hope that he's got the same ideas.
Well, he's been good so far, so it's probably just my anxiety. Oh, did you hear about Justin yesterday?
Justin? No, what happened with him? I'm guessing it ain't good, otherwise he'd be smiling instead of looking like he'd got some bad news.
Yeah, I'm just officially tired of AgMax, Hank. I mean, Justin gets up to the dealer. We need to lease the seeder. Well, we get the seeds as part of the package, we get everything because, we're hanging on by a shoestring here with equipment and inventory, as I said. But anyway, Justin gets up there and the equipment isn't there because AgMax rented it before us. And I know it's them trying to sabotage us because we called around forever, every little town, just to find these guys that would rent it to us. This is definitely a Sam move.
Yeah, that sounds like their usual dirty tricks, all right. Hagnax always finds a way to put the squeeze on the little guy. I mean, first they control the land, now they're playing games with equipment? I know we're just trying to keep our heads above water, but it's tough when they keep throwing rocks in our path, And you talk to Justin about what's next? What's he gonna do? Just wait around there and hopefully they get their act together?
Well, right now the only thing we can do is wait. I mean, I offered to get him a room up there, but Justin. He's sleeping in his truck. He's going to wait till tomorrow and see what happens, but, I mean, what else can we do and what else is going to happen?
Yeah, it's hard to keep that kind of patience when you know they're messing with you on purpose. I know you don't want to stir the pot too much, Herd, but at some point, we ain't going to get us equipment. It's not going to get us anywhere further than where we're at now.
No, I know. I guess we'll figure it out. Anyway, I gotta go and make some calls, do some boring business stuff. You know the routine.
All right, Herd. Well, I'll be here if you need me. I'm just doing stuff around the garage, and yeah, I'll hang out until Mason gets here.
All right, thanks, Hank. I'll see you in a few. All right, so to boring business we go. I guess it's just stuff that has to be done, but you know what? Let me check this silage bin over here real quick. We put a blanket on it, so I mean, that was a little nerve-wracking. I got to be honest. I don't like when tractors are like that in tipping formation. I'm more of a forklift in a warehouse on a very straight and smooth path kind of guy, but that is not farming, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to get in here. We're just going to do some business stuff and wait for Mason because Mason is going to be here very shortly, and I'm really not sure what to expect, to be honest. But that is What is this? Hello.
Hey, Herd, it's me. I'm still up here. Same story as before. Agmax still hasn't returned the cedar, and I can't find anyone else around here who's gonna write one to us, and I'm really starting to get fed up.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one. I don't really know what to tell you to do. I don't really have a lot of answers. The one answer I do know is why we can't rent a cedar anywhere near Riverbend Springs. This is all Sam. I can smell it.
No, you're right. It's all part of their game. Keep us on the ropes until we're desperate enough to take whatever they give us. I've been up here all day, and there's still no cedar in sight. I'm not sure what to do, but I'm about to take matters into my own hands.
Well, look, I know as hard as it is, just stay patient, stay calm. Mason's coming here today, you know, so I'm going to tell him everything that's going down, and I don't know just how strapped we are. See if he has a solution, but don't do anything crazy.
Well, time's running out on that, and honestly, we shouldn't really be leasing a cedar anyway. We should own one. That's the problem here. We just have to continue waiting. I mean, we need equipment. We need help.
Yeah, well, I'm meeting with him today, so I'll tell him. As for this, though, I don't really know what else to do. I guess just wait until they come back. I don't know.
Heard, I'm starting to get a little impatient. I'm starting to think a little outside the box.
All right, well, whatever you do, just be careful, but be calm. Go get some lunch. Wait. See if things get better up there. I mean, it's the only thing we can do right now. But take it easy. Have a good one, Justin.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Herd.
Oh, the stress, the stress. I mean, honestly, it seems like Sam is around every corner that we try to walk around. There's not one thing that he doesn't know that we're doing. And I know no one here's telling him. All of our livelihoods are on the co-op, so I'm really not sure what to do. Let me get this plow off. I'll hook it up to this water tank here. And now with the tank already down, we are going to get some water and we are going to head over to the greenhouse. It just needs to add some water every now and then. This is a day that we are going to have to add it, so I'm going to go over here to the waterer, and this is coming right out of the river, so do not tell anybody that. But yes, we're getting water out of the river there and just watering crops, so you know, they're gonna have to live with it. But we are going to fill up all of these greenhouses, and I don't know, I guess we have to get some products up to Claire. We don't have anything. I'm not really sure because the last day to plant is like today, tomorrow maybe, but we still have no equipment to even think about that with. So no, hold on, who's this? Hello.
Hey, Herd, it's Mason. I just wanted to let you know that my flight was delayed, so not going to be able to make it out there today. But I will be out there tomorrow, and don't worry about Justin. I gave him a call first and told him to come on back. I know about the cedar. We'll talk about it when I get there.
All right, is there anything else I need to do?
No, we'll just have a talk tomorrow. Have a good day, Hurt.
Yeah, you too, Mason. Well, at least I know we're done now. It was hard to imagine a world where we were going to win this war. Looking out at what should have been fields of crops were just dirt. We failed. Well, more accurately, we were beaten. AgMax made sure of that. The corporate finances, their ability to stop us from planning, even Hank's ability to make a living. They had beaten us in every aspect, and what was tougher to admit was that the farmers I told not to go to AgMax, they were doing it right. If they didn't, they'd be looking at the same dirt fields that I was. Mason was coming in to talk to everybody today. He put about $1 million into this farm, and right now it's not worth a dime. I'm sure this is probably the meeting to tell everyone to pack it up before he loses any more money on us. Sad part is that I can't even blame him. Our goal was to rally the farmers around us. We didn't. Our mission was to serve the local community produce and crops so that they could avoid AgMax. We weren't. I wasn't ready to be done, but I feared that that's what was coming tomorrow. Regardless of how this played out, I knew I was a long way away from Peterson's. I wasn't really sure what my next move was going to be. Things couldn't have been going worse. We had plowed up fields, no way to seed them, and no crops to sell. Worse yet, it was late May, and I was already starting to fear that we wouldn't have anything to sell all year. If that happened, we'd be done with this little experiment. I don't know. Part of me feared that we already were. Claire was selling the little products she had left from her distributors, and then she was out of things to sell. Hank, Justin, and I, well, we just sat here with nothing to do, eager to work, but all of us reaching the realization that there wasn't anything to work on. Mason was coming into town today. It's a conversation nobody here wanted. We all feared the worst, and with Mason sinking $1 million into this co-op already, I wasn't sure if he was ready to cut his losses or dive even deeper. One thing's for sure, we didn't have anything good to tell him, and that's something that you never want to tell your boss when he hopped on a bird to come talk to you. And a boring day here at the farm. And I don't want it to be boring. Boring seems like, oh, we've already got everything done and we're well ahead of schedule. But in fact, quite the contrary. We don't have a cedar. Mason knows that. Mason's coming in today to talk to us. And honestly, I'm starting to feel like this is the end of the road for the co-op. We haven't really been able to do much of anything. We got off to a slow start, and now it is too late to plant anything. And I don't know, it's we're not going to be able to get a cedar here by the end of the day, or even hopefully we're able to get a cedar at some point, but I don't anticipate one by the end of the week, and that just puts us too far behind for any crops. I don't know what Claire is going to do, whether she's going to... I mean, she has nothing to sell, so I don't really know what she's going to do. You know, there's no options for her. Everybody that I told to go into the co-op and that didn't go into the co-op seems like they were right. Well, we're going to have to do something. Because this can't be the way it ends. I don't want this to be the way it ends, but...
But I don't know. That ain't the word for it. We ain't dead yet.
We might as well be, Ank. I got 3 crates of produce left at the market, and after that, nothing. Not until harvest, at least. That is, if we even have one.
Yeah, Justin says Mason's already in town. I don't know, I bet he's angry. We took his money, we promised him a fight, and now we're just sitting here with nothing to show for it.
What are we supposed to do, Erd? We are supposed to have a trucking company, but I had to sell those just to move down here.
Listen, we ain't quitting. Not now, not ever. I don't care if AgMax owns half the county. We still got this land. We still got our people. And we still got a fight left in us.
Good, because I didn't put my money in this for you to roll over and die. Now listen up, because I don't have long, and we have a lot to go over. Now, I'm well aware of the equipment problems. We can blame that on me. I didn't have the proper equipment here on time, and that's going to change today. I bought a seeder for the farm, and it'll be here tomorrow. I know we just plowed up that grass in those fields, but it's going to have to go back to grass. You want to beat AgMax? You have to stop thinking like they do. They've got the resources to take over, but they're too spread out. They're too focused on what's easy. We're going to do what they won't. We're getting into beef farming. They don't touch beef, and that's where we'll come in. I've lined up a distributor who wants beef, and they don't want it next year, they don't want it next season, they want it now. I'm currently lining up some cows for Justin to go grab with the trailer, and we're gonna start offering beef. AgMax doesn't specialize in beef, and we're not doing so hot trying to beat them at their own game. This allows us to pivot and make money elsewhere. All right, let's talk trucking. I know Justin's been struggling since he sold his trucks to move here. It's not ideal, but it's the situation that we're in. So here's the plan. Justin, I pulled some strings with some old friends, and I've arranged for a used truck to be delivered here tomorrow. It's not brand new, but it's gonna get the job done. I know you've got a CDL, and you're not one to sit around waiting, so we're gonna put you to work. And this isn't gonna be a quick fix, but we can't afford to waste the time. It's not just about hauling for the co-op. It's about getting jobs anywhere we can. Local contracts, hauling whatever's needed. That truck will be on the road as soon as it's ready, and we'll be making more deliveries both for ourselves and for others that pay the bills. And I'm not stopping there. Justin will be working every lead, talking to anyone with something to move. I don't care if it's a half load of grain or hauling equipment. We have to get that truck moving, even if it means hitting the road for a few counties over. Every mile, every dollar, it all counts. Justin, I'm putting my trust in you. I'm not doing this to make up for the truck you sold. I'm doing it because you've got the skill and the drive. And we need that truck on the road making money, to be honest. No more waiting around. I'm getting you the tools to make this work. We're running low on products to sell, and I know that's the heart of the issue. Claire's shelves are getting emptier by the day, and the farmer's market isn't exactly booming. But that's not a reason to panic. It's a reason to adapt. And I've already made some calls on that as well. I've arranged for a team to start putting up more greenhouses here. We'll grow what we can, but I'm not relying on that alone. I've also bought a batch of wholesale produce, stuff we can sell at Claire's, even if it's not our own. It's fresh, it's quality, and it'll help keep the shelves stocked, most importantly. I know it's not the ideal situation, but these are the cards that we're dealt. We can't afford to sit on our hands and wait for a miracle crop to come in. We need cash flow now. So Claire, you'll keep selling what we have, and we'll supplement it with produce. We're not waiting for this perfect product. We're making sure that there's something to sell every week. Once these greenhouses are up and running, we'll have more variety to offer, but for now, this is how we're going to stay afloat. You're all here because you're willing to do whatever it takes, and this is what it takes. Finally, the money. I know we've been scraping by, and I know that money's tight. Everyone's been feeling it, especially with bills piling up and payroll looking like it might not make another week. But let's get one thing straight. I'm not walking away from this. Not now, not after all the effort we've put in, not after all the money that I've invested. I've invested every last cent that I could, and then some. Another $250,000 to be exact. That's what it's going to take to get us through this summer and beyond. It's going to make sure you're all paid. It'll cover the herd that we're going to get, the housing for the herd, and it'll make sure that Claire's shelves stay stocked if there's something to sell. No more empty displays or baskets. And let's not confuse this important thing. This isn't charity. It's strategy. I'm putting my money where my mouth is because I believe in what's going on here. We're building something here. And I'm not just talking about a farm. I'm talking about everyone here's future. But make no mistake, this is the last investment I'm making. I've put it all on the line. We either make it work with what we've got here, or we don't. But we're not backing down. Not now. Not ever.